Hey, what's going on, guys? Saiyan Motion here, back with another what if on the channel, and in this video, I'm starting a new what if. This is going to be one about Gohan, but not any Gohan, the future one. Future Gohan was probably a lot of people's dreams of what our Gohan would become. Not only did he die, but our Gohan decided to ditch the fighting life and become a scholar. So what if none of that happened? What if future Gohan survived? What if future Gohan went back in time instead of Trunks? Well, we will find out. Before we start this video, let's hit 35 likes so I know this series has enough interest, and make sure to subscribe. My channel stats show that 60% of you aren't subscribed, and if you could get that down to 50% by the end of the year, it would be a great Christmas gift. Please hit that button, it really helps me out and motivates me to make more videos. Thank you for 500 subscribers as well, and that is a giant milestone, at least for me, so huge thanks. And the 500 subscriber special is coming soon. It is going to be, as a spoiler right now for people watching this video, it's going to be what if I taught you how to make what ifs. A lot of people have been requesting it, and therefore I'm going to make one on it. But with that out of the way, let's get right into it with a happy Thanksgiving, since this is the Thanksgiving special. So, the major change in this series would be when Gohan knocks out Trunks and takes on the androids alone. In the original series, that results in his death. This time, he doesn't chop Trunks as hard as he did in the original series, but not on purpose, as he still doesn't want Trunks to die. And of course, he knows that if Trunks went into the fight, not having Super Saiyan would definitely kill him. So, this does end up prompting Trunks to get up much sooner than he did in the original series, which does mean Gohan is still alive, although Trunks can sense that Gohan's ki is starting to decrease extremely fast. This is around the time where both androids start to team up and overwhelm Gohan. Gohan would be on the back foot when suddenly he notices that Trunks has arrived. The androids also end up seeing him as Gohan then shouts for Trunks to get out of there. He also knows that without Trunks having the Super Saiyan transformation, he doesn't stand a damn chance in the world. Although Trunks would end up trying his hardest. Compared to the power of the androids though, he's a joke. Every time Trunks lands a hit, it does no damage. Remember, a Super Saiyan Trunks in the original series wasn't doing anything to the androids. Literally nothing, as if you guys watch the anime or the movie. And this would just be pathetic. Trunks wouldn't even back down still, even though Gohan pleads for him to get out of there. Trunks would even take a couple of hard hits. He's beat down, and Gohan is still pleading for him to escape, but Trunks refuses. He lifts his bruised and battered body up, standing up against the androids. This isn't anything though, because Gohan still realizes that Trunks isn't doing anything. It's not like he's gonna get a magic Zenkai out of there. And this isn't for nothing though, as Gohan is slowly recovering. Although the androids eventually have Trunks down to his last breath, and that's when Gohan shouts for their attention. Trunks knows what Gohan is about to do since he's trained with them for so damn long. Although Gohan now uses his solar flare. As Trunks closes his eyes, Gohan pops out a solar flare, blinding the two androids. And I'm pretty sure solar flare would still work on both the androids as it worked on Cell. He might have been a bio android, but I think it's safe to assume, and for the sake of the what if, let's just go with it. And eventually Gohan, after solar flaring, would make a telepathic link to Trunks telling him to escape. Gohan uses his last bit of energy to blast 17 and 18 further away. And as Gohan's nearly dead body, falls to the ground, Trunks goes up to him and picking him up. His bruised and battered body rarely flies, only lowly, and he hides his ki extremely good because the androids are still on their back foot. Eventually, Trunks is able to outrun them and head over to Bulma's. Bulma would patch Gohan up with a lot of injuries. Gohan is still missing his arm, and this fight was only worse. But Gohan would end up actually getting a metal arm. Now, I have no idea why Bulma didn't give him this in the original series, because the idea of Gohan having a metal arm is freaking cool. Not only that, but it would help him in battle too. With one arm, he barely stands a chance against both the androids. But good news is also coming, as Bulma is mostly done with the time machine. She emphasizes that neither of them can fight the androids again, or they will die. Gohan, although wanting to go and kill them, knows that staying back is a sensible thing to do and train up. Same with Trunks, and heal their wounds. Since they don't really have senzus, it's still going to take them a good while to heal up. But eventually, the time machine is done, and Gohan is actually the one to go back in time instead. He remembers what's happening on that day. He remembers his father returning and then finally killing Frieza. Good times. But then, he turns on the time machine and launches into the past. From here, things go pretty similar to canon. Mecha Frieza and King Cold arrive, and everybody is on the back foot, thinking they're goners. But then a mysterious person shows up whose ki seems familiar. They then notice him power up as he's covered within a golden aura. His eyes turn blue as he faces Frieza. Frieza's in disbelief at the sight of another Super Saiyan, but he can't do much as he angrily strikes Gohan over and over again. Gohan is easily able to block and dodge every single one of Frieza's hits, eventually ending up killing him with a final blast. Gohan would then follow this by killing King Cold as well. He would then find the others, telling them about Goku. He says that the one they know as Goku will arrive in 3 hours' time. but nobody can wrap their heads around why his ki seems so familiar. Our Gohan looks at Future Gohan, noticing a resemblance, but he can't make out what it is. After Goku arrives, he has the same convo with Gohan as he did with Trunks. Gohan tells Goku who he is, and Goku's proud. Piccolo overhears this, and he's much more shocked than in the original series about hearing Gohan. I mean, Trunks did shock him a little bit, but this is out of hand. And now the 3 years of training is upon them, and it doesn't really change much. Kid Gohan is still wondering who that other guy is, noticing that he seemed very familiar. Goku just smiles every time he asks and doesn't really reply to him. But similar events play out after this, and the training ends, with 19 and 20 arriving and fighting the Z Fighters. Goku's heart virus kicks in, as he's then taken to Kame House to be treated. Vegeta destroys 19, Jiro ends up running away, and Gohan ends up arriving instead of Trunks, of course, and says these are the wrong androids. 17 and 18 are then released, and Gohan realizes that with the help of another Super Saiyan, being Vegeta, they actually might stand a chance. And of course, not mentioning all of his friends here. Of course, with 17 and 18 being released and Future Gohan actually being there, he's able to stop them from taking out 16, not wanting any more androids to show up. Although when his plan to team up on them is introduced to Vegeta, he of course does not listen and is having none of that, as he charges in against 18 and much like the original, gets destroyed, getting his arm broken. Gohan curses at Vegeta for being an idiot, but realizes now that they don't stand a chance, although they still have to try, but they end up failing miserably. Piccolo would fuse with Kami, Goku would get better, and Vegeta would end up going to the time chamber. But he is going in alone and not with Gohan. Here's why. Remember, in the original series, that Vegeta didn't train with Trunks at all, and just told him to screw off most of the time. So here, his power level doesn't change much at all, as he just unlocks Super Saiyan Grade 2, and that's basically it. And the thing with Gohan is, he's Goku's son, and Vegeta wants nothing to do with that. Although after coming out of the after coming out of the Room of Spirit and Time, he goes up and fights Semi-Perfect Cell. Same thing that happens with Cell, except he has an easier time because, well, 16 isn't there. So he's able to absorb 17 much easier, nearly kills Piccolo, ends up trying to absorb 18, fails because Krillin is there, Vegeta arrives, destroys him without the help of Trunks like the original, then lets him absorb 18 and gets destroyed himself. A major change going forward is Goku decides to not go into the time chain with present Gohan, but rather future Gohan. He knows that future Gohan already has Super Saiyan, and he stands a much better chance of defeating Cell, and Goku would get stronger with this as well. This kind of hurts Gohan in a way, present Gohan at least, and by now he knows that this guy is him, but it's not him. His father chose another version of himself, rather than the one he really knows and has been growing up with for all this time. But Piccolo is the one to actually go in with Gohan, and this gives them a chance to get even closer, with Piccolo being like a dad to him, like he's been all throughout the series. Gohan would still end up unlocking Grade 4, seeing it from both his father and his future self. Although this power would be a lot weaker than in the original series, Piccolo would benefit from this however, and this would make him a lot stronger because he's training with the Super Saiyan Grade 4 instead of alone. So when the Cell games happen, future Gohan is really strong, and he is stronger than Goku, so he would go against Perfect Cell. And he actually ends up putting a good fight, being slightly stronger than Cell. Because, see, Gohan has had Super Saiyan for a very long time, and he's been training with it for a long time. He almost actually ended up accessing Super Saiyan Grade 2 while watching Trunks get the hell beat out of him. And he was basically training in the time chamber with the Super Saiyan accessing Super Saiyan Grade 4 much faster, and with the help of Goku, he was actually able to get on the verge of Super Saiyan 2, much better than what a present Gohan would have done. But as a last resort, Cell would end up putting out multiple Cell Juniors. He makes multiple who all go over to attack the others. Gohan tries to defend them, but Cell occupies him. This makes Gohan mad as he tries to end it, but another Cell Junior intervenes, which Cell made to fight alongside him. Gohan gets enraged and finally accesses Super Saiyan 2, ending Cell and the Cell Juniors right where they stand. Afterwards, we get to the 7 years of peace, but all I'm going to say about that is our Gohan is much more motivated to train. One reason is because he wants to make his father proud. He realizes that Goku only picked his future self since he was stronger. He realized if he trained, he could get a lot stronger and, maybe be Goku's pick. But not only that, as future Gohan also tells him to never stop training. He says that in the future, everyone dies protecting them, and that they weren't strong enough to do anything. Our Gohan is heavily motivated, and he never stops training. Also, one other thing I do want to mention is future Gohan would get his arm wished back since Dende is still brought to the lookout by Goku, who uses instant transmission. So, lastly, Gohan would end up training the 7 years of peace, and that's where we'll leave off for today. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this new What If, and if you did, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell to be part of the Super Saiyan Force, let's hit 35 likes, and thank you so much for 500 subscribers. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you in the next one.